Hi there, Henry Smith here from IamWealthyandRich.com. Thanks for joining me in my video update. So what I do for those of you who've been following this video update series, welcome back. It's good to have you here. Thanks for continuing to support. For those of you who are new to this channel, what it's about is a cryptocurrency investment portfolio that I started last year in 2020 around the summertime, and it wasn't until this year, 2021, February, I decided to start updating the figures and documenting it and video the documentation of these figures. So that's what I'm doing right now, and I just decided to record it. And then what I do is encourage you to stay through to the end of the video, because after that I always talk about something important to do with crypto investing, money, making money, and so on and so forth. So make sure you stay through to the end. But before I continue, it's also important for me to mention the disclaimer. I am not a financial planner or financial advisor. I'm not an accountant or CPA. So do your own due diligence, your own research. Don't take anything I'm saying as financial advice. And also remember that with all investing, there's always risks attached. All investing carries risk to some, and trading carries risk to some degree. So don't invest more than you can afford to lose. Very important. So with that, what I'm going to do is share my screen and get to the spreadsheet. So let's share that screen. And this is the spreadsheet I've been updating, as those of you who've been watching know. There's 3 columns, the altcoin, the Bitcoin, and the totals column. And the green and red is where the market has gone forward, upwards, over the previous day, and then when it goes backward, red, color that in red. So forward, back 3 days, as you can see here, then forward for 1 day, and so on. And another week we went forward all the way. And this is just investing. It's not really trading, so to speak, just a holding portfolio. So here we are. Where we are now. We're down here. We've had like 6 days straight of going forward the portfolio. And so let's get to today's figure. So today is the 10th of August. And I take my figures from this page here, which comes in from a live feed into an account group, and then you get the final figures out here. And this portfolio consists of 1 whole Bitcoin and an assortment of specially selected, specially researched alternative coins. Bitcoin for the altcoins. And obviously we've got the total at the top here. So this on the left hand side is the US equivalent, and this on the right hand side is the same portfolio as just the UK pound sterling equivalent, or GBP, Great British Pounds. And as you can see, I put 75% of the funds into the altcoins and not into Bitcoin. There's a reason for that. So, and I can show a little bit how to get more information about that at the end. So let's take this figure. So the figure I want here is this figure here, 139,804.48. Okay, so let's type in there. Glasses on. 139, 8 something. What was it? 8 what? 804.48. 804.48. You're right. And this updates every 10 minutes, so it needs to be quick before it's due to update. So let's bring this down, and we are minus. So this has gone down 2,255 over yesterday. So we color that in red. And the next one is the totals. 184,631. 184,631.32. 32. Great, fantastic. So that's correct. 181. Let's see. That has gone backwards. Yep, this has gone backwards by 3,058. So let's color that red as well. So let's just have a look at Bitcoin. And Bitcoin has gone backwards by 803. So that's also red. So we had a red day, which is all good. It's all good. because if you've been watching my what we've been talking about is where I really predict I mean, I can't really predict. Nobody can predict, but that prices will probably fall before they rise to the new highs. In fact, just talking about that, let's talk about. Let's make sure I've got the right screen. So yeah, let's talk about how. I mean, there are indications. Let me just share my screen again. This is, you know, the Gaussian channel we've been talking about, and you know, please understand, nobody knows the future, so it's just nobody can really predict. But history has shown us some things. But Bitcoin has done some strange things it hasn't done this year in other years. Okay, so the unexpected could happen. It could go sky high. You never know. And there's evidence to support that, you know, both ways. That there's some evidence I can show it will go up here. It's kind of show, because this is red, this means an upward trend. But if it should turn white, like this white line here, that would be a downward trend. So I'm still observing this on a daily basis, a weekly basis. But it seems to be even on the day, one day is still red. So if it should turn white, then it would mean a downtrend. But there are some other, which I can't go through everything today, that indicate it could go up, you know. But this channel here is pretty powerful, and I've explained this before. You can watch some other videos that talk about how Bitcoin has gone into this tunnel before, like quicksand, and never been able to escape it for almost a year. And it's done this many times backwards, many times. Or whenever it's got into it, it's always been about a year. But again, history could break. I'm not going to go back further because it's much smaller there, but it still went in there back then. These areas of 2018, it was in there for a whole year. And last it was in there from October 2019 to, should I say, October 2020. So it's gone into it again, and well, will it escape it? It doesn't. I don't know. But what the interesting thing is this. Bring this. When it goes into it, magnify that a bit. It always, you know, goes into it in the beginning here, and tries to fight to get out of it, like it's doing at the moment, and gets pulled and sucked down, and then tries again. It gets pulled down. And this part here, seems to go under the tunnel, and this represents about 50%. Roughly goes in 50% from the top, from where it went in. And let me just measure it. Let's say it went in from here, at that point, from the body. I'm talking about the body going in of the candle, the body of the candle going in. So if I click this and bring this down here, down to the wick, it's about 54%. The body, you know, like 37%, but down to the end of that wick, it's around 54%. So it, you know, whenever it goes into it, it could drop 50, you know, around the 50% mark, maybe 50%. Seem to be dropping less and less as time goes on. Before the previous if I go backwards, it's like 70, 60% or something like that, and further back is like 70. So, you know, the last one was around 54, and maybe the body, if you look at up to here, is about 36. So if we look at this, you look where we are right now, and if it made the same drop, let's show this over. Right, from where it entered, let's just say around the body, let's say here. All right, let's do the same thing. This is just you know, nobody knows exactly. If it were to drop 50%, let's just say a 50% drop, let's say 50. That would, if you look on the left, that would mean 18,683. That means Bitcoin would drop, but that it may not do that, because if it was 34%, 35, it could be around the 24,000 mark. So, you know, we could expect that kind of drop some time while it's inside this tunnel, and as it drops underneath it before it then rises out, as we saw, whenever it drops into the tunnel, it then rises out, and then it fights and gets out eventually, and then goes to its new height. And eventually, further down here, further down, probably into 2022, it will, or late this year, will probably fight its way out of the tunnel into its new height. And that's where, people are going to make a lot of money. But you need to be aware when it drops down, if it drops down to this level, what are you going to do? What you need to do is to buy. You see, be prepared to buy when it drops under this. And I'll be keeping you posted if you keep watching. Interesting thing is to understand, when you're investing or trading, you don't do what the masses do. Here we've got something called forget about these ads. This is what you need to look at in the middle here, the fear and greed index. That talks about the general mood and sentiment of traders, investors, professional and amateur, the general sentiment of their mood, and greed, because this whole system is generated and run and perpetuated with fear and greed, fear and greed, fear and greed. But what we also have, and as explained before, we have the top 10% that make money and the 90% that don't. And the top 10%, 5%, 1%, they are doing the opposite of what the 90% are doing. You understand? So when the 90% are greedy, the 1% or the 2%, the 5% are fearful. When the majority of people, the 90% are fearful, the 1%, 5% are greedy. You understand? You've got to do the opposite of what the masses do. You understand? So this is the time when people are being greedy, this is the time to be fearful. Okay. When people are, when you come back another time, and this will have at the top here fear, and it might say 20, that's the time to be greedy. And being greedy means it's the time to buy. You understand? So this is not a time to buy right now. Okay, it's not the time to buy at all. So the masses are buying at the moment because they're greedy, and they're the ones who usually lose most of their money. So, and we'll keep an eye on the fear and greed index, and keep an eye on what's happening here. But based on history, Bitcoin may fall through this tunnel slightly, temporarily. Doesn't mean it's the end of Bitcoin. It's just temporary. Then it will rise up again, to a newer height, a higher height, which we haven't seen before, and that's going to be really exciting. And if you're in the right time, it would be really exciting for you. But not just Bitcoin, the altcoin. We talk about the altcoins. This is a chance to make even more money than Bitcoin, and that's the reason why I've got 75%, more than 70% of my money in there. If you want to find out more about that, you've got to understand our way. Okay. You go to our website, IamWealthyandRich.com. You need to get your mind right, first of all, get your finances right. So, IamWealthyandRich.com, how to understand the game of money and play it well. I am wealthy and rich, by the way, means you are wealthy and rich. I want you to say it. It's for you to read it and say, I am wealthy and rich. Okay, it's not me saying it. And you scroll down to this form here and get our free pack. Very powerful. Millionaire Mindset and Investment Strategy, free right now. Get it, get your finances in order, get your mind in order, and then once you're on the way correcting things and getting things in order, then you contact me, send us an email, and I'll get you information about the altcoins, get you on the free webinar. You'll find out more about that. But get ready, okay? Get prepared, shall I say? This is giving you plenty of time, ample time to get prepared. Okay, this is what the wealthy people are doing. They're getting prepared while the masses are being greedy. Okay, so be prepared while the masses are being greedy. All right, and it'll be your turn to scoop up, shall I say, and really set yourself up. If that's what you want to do. If you don't want to do it, no problem. So that's all I got for today. I want to, like I said, thank you for watching. Thank you for your time. Don't forget to like, subscribe, hit the notification button, share this with your friends on your social media profile so we can help more people. And again, thanks for your time, and I hope to talk to you in the next video. Look forward to talking to you in the next video. Have a great day. Bye.